So here's my Hurst Competition Plus shifter off my top loader for my Mustang. I've already taken it apart and cleaned all the grease out of there because these things are just nasty in there after a while. But they're simple to get apart. There's a ton of videos online. Basically, you just have to take this dust shield off the back and then pry this cover out of there and drop this pin out, and the whole thing just kind of falls apart. So I have a little Allen wrench in here. There's a little alignment tool because I don't know, they come with one, but I don't have it. But you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but this thing has already been pried apart before. I mean, I pried it apart, but it was loose before I did. I almost get it out with my hands. So it's already been taken apart before, but otherwise it looks pretty decent shape. So just use a little screwdriver, pry this cover out of here. Easier said than done. There we go. Yeah, these things are pretty sharp, so just be careful with them. You can see it cleans up real nice, looks brand new after I cleaned it. And then we gotta get this cover out of here. The easiest thing I've seen is just use two little pry bars like that. So, and I'm just pushing down on one, the other one's hitting the floor, hitting the board. There, see? And it just pops right out. And then you gotta get this little pin out. It only comes out one side. You can see the big end there. There's a small end. So just use something to push it down in there. And that's it. So I like keeping everything oriented the same way. So I'm gonna keep it this way because that's the side with the label on there. And that's the side you see when it's on the transmission. So keep everything together. There's one more piece I'm missing right there. These things are sharp. These little flat shims are pretty sharp, so be careful. There, that's it. Then you can just separate all these pieces, clean them off. So just make sure you keep them all in the right orientation. It's not that hard to fix it if you screw it up. Especially if you look at like the shift rods. You know, if I tried to flip this around, it's not going to work. It's hitting. So it's pretty common sense. And if this was flipped around, same thing. This isn't going to fit on there. So it really only kind of goes together one way. So what's important is getting these shims in the right places. So there's plenty of diagrams online if you lose it. So take all that off. Let's keep that back on there with him. And I'll just flip them over so they're all oriented right. Now this part seems pretty decent shape. I'm debating on whether to take it apart or not because it's pretty tricky getting those springs in and out of there. So I cleaned it out as well as I could. I think I'm just going to leave it. I don't need to replace anything. This is the reverse bias, I guess. You can't do it with your hand. You need the long shift lever to pull on that to get it to go over. But so that's all there is to it. And then it just goes back the same way in reverse. I'll put my clamp on here. Try to spring that back in a little bit. That should work perfect. All right, I'm just gonna show you how to put it back together, but I'm not gonna grease it up yet because it's messy then. Before I start, I'm gonna take this piece off here. I don't know what what you call it, but it holds the shift arm in there. That's because when you're trying to get this in there, this part, there's not a lot of clearance right there, and it makes it tough. So I'm just going to take it off, especially now that I've squeezed the clamshell closer. I don't have a lot of slop in there, so it's, it's a nice fit now. So I just take that off. It won't fall apart if you take that off. Little washer, I'll take that off of there because I don't want to lose that. So it won't fall apart. Okay, so first thing, my stack of junk over here. If you get confused, this first one, so we're going to set it up like this. I'm facing it so I'm on the driver's side of the shift arm. My shift arm curves towards the rear, and all of my shift arms should point to the front if they move at all. So this is the orientation. If you get confused on this first shim, it's going to fit on top, you can just line it right up with here and look. And yeah, it fits this way, but if you flip it over, see how this side is lined up here, and this goes underneath of this notch here, much better fit. So that's the way I want it. So you just drop it on like that. And I'm going to sit this under here to give me some clearance. And then reverse arm. I'm going to flip it over because I want to point it towards the front. Just drop it on there. And then my thicker shim. This is goes on either way, but it's much thicker. This thing is real beefy. I'll put that on. Then my 1-2 shifter arm. Again, if you put them on wrong, like I put it in this way, this next arm is not going to fit. It just won't go. It just doesn't fit. So it obviously only goes one way. So don't worry about keeping these things lined up. They're not going to stay right now. And then again, this one, if I flip it over, it doesn't go down. I'm not flush, so it has to go this way. That's the 3/4 shift arm. And then my wave washer. I'm not going to put it in yet, but you can tell the way it goes, mainly because there's a wear pattern on there from this button. But if I put it on this way, the button is kind of riding inside the curve of the wave, so there's no real spring pressure on it. But if I flip it over, then you can see how this is pushing against the wave button like that. So, and now I got some spring. So if I flip it the wrong way, there's really no spring there at all, so it's not really doing much. So this way I have some good spring to it, but I'll put that in afterwards. I'll shove it in there. Be real careful because it is sharp. So here's my assembly. So it can't come off of there because everything's around the button, but so don't worry about the holes right now. I'll just slide that in there. It's a lot easier without that little metal bracket that was holding the shift arm on. So you can see right here where that would have been, right there, and it hits right here. So that would have just makes it a lot trickier to get it across because you can't slide it down because I'm hitting the shift arm on this side. So just a little trickier. I don't know how I got it off. It just, there is a way to get it off, but anyway. So again, the wave washer goes this way. I want that part that races up on it to push against the button, not against the outside of the case clamshell. Be careful, this thing is pretty sharp. bushing, I guess it is, some kind of sleeve bushing. Yeah, that one a piece of cake. Okay, and then I gotta get this back on. I'm gonna wash it first. Of course, I'm gonna grease all this because this is like a little pivot point. This is actually just a little piece of nylon. I think some of them have like an actual little bushing that goes on there. And this isn't gonna line up because I gotta pull on this like this to get it to drop on. See, but it just drops on. Okay. Definitely a lot less slop than there was before. Okay. So now I need my cover here. Before I do that, I gotta make sure everything's pushed down. You can see my wave washer sticking up. I'm not gonna use my hand to push that down. And it's going to be tricky getting that in there because I squeeze this clamshell tight. So I'll start it on the bottom like that. Maybe I won't. Oh, that's the trick. Okay. So that's what I got to do. I got to get this thing started in there first, like this. Then I can put my little pry bars in there. Learning every day. Right about like that. There we go. Now it's closed nice and tight. There's definitely tighter than it was. Okay, then I got just to get the dust cover on the bottom. This thing's sharp too, so be careful. I'm just bending it. There it is. Okay. This one's connected to the shifter on that one. That doesn't move nice and smooth. Not nearly as much slop in there. And then if I find my right size little trusty thing here. There we go.